Welcome back to the channel. So we've been creating this isometric room in the last few videos. We have a we created the room, the floor, the trim, the crown molding, the window. Last video was the window blind. I want to throw some wall shelves on here just to add a bit more character to this room, a little more interest. So we're going to start by adding a cube. So add mesh cube, and we're going to grab it, move it up the z-axis. Oh, I added a circle by mistake. Add mesh cube. So grab, move it up the z-axis. There we go. And I hit N on the keyboard to flip out this menu here. And I want to give this some dimensions. So I know I want it to be about 2 inches thick. So there's that on the z-axis. I know I want it to be about 12 inches deep. So that's 12 inches on the y-axis. And right now it's 24 inches. I think I want it to be a little longer. I'm going to go 30 inches here. And that looks pretty good. Once we have the shelf finished, we could change the dimensions. We'll just see. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the scale. And with this selected, I can hit my / key to hide everything. I'm actually going to hit N to put this menu away over here. So I'm going to tap into edit mode. And I'm going to add some edge loops. So Command or Control R. Roll your mouse wheel forward once to get 2 of them. Click to accept that. And then click again. And then S to scale on the X-axis. And I want to move these out. So notice they move symmetrical. So and I think I want them about there. So with these edge loops selected all the way around like that, I'm going to hold down my shift key and I'm going to deselect these 2 bottom ones. And then on any of these selected ones, I'm going to right click and I'm going to not delete them, but dissolve them so they go away. So I'm just left with these 2 bottom edge loops. So I'm going to select those. I do a Controller Command B and I'm going to move my mouse to the right. And I want I'm eyeing up how thick. These are going to be the supports for the shelf. So I don't think I want them as wide as the shelf, but I want them to look beefy enough to support the shelf. So something like that. I'm just doing it by eye. So I'm going to go into face mode and these 2 faces are selected. So I'm going to E to extrude. It's already defaulting to the Z axis, but if not, hit Z on your keyboard and then move your mouse towards you to extrude down. And you're just eyeing this up, what's going to make sense. So I think something like that. That looks good. So now we're going to tab into edge mode and we're going to select these 2 front edges, this one and this one. And we're going to G to grab, Z axis, and move these up like that. So there's a wall shelf right there. So I like that. That looks good. So I'm going to / to bring back the rest of the room. So that looks good. So I'm going to get a side view here. And I'm going to G to grab on the y-axis, move this back so it's against the wall because it's supposed to be attached to the wall. And that looks good. And then I'm going to G to grab up the z-axis, up something like that. Now I want 2 of these. And so we could just Shift D to duplicate this and move it around, but I'm going to do something different. So I'm going to add a modifier. So add modifier, generate an array modifier. And you can see it added a second shelf over to the left. And that isn't where I want it. I actually want it over this way. And it's doing it here because it's adding a +1 away from the axis. So if I change this to -1, you can see it moved it over there. And now I want it to be down, sort of down. So on the z-axis, I'm going to do a -1. So now you're getting the idea how the array modifier works. I don't like this spacing, so I'm going to do a -2. I like that better, but I want it sort of moved this way a bit. So rather than -1, I'm going to do a -0.75. -0.75. That is what I'm looking for. I like that. So they kind of overlap a little bit more. Now the beauty of this is if you grab this shelf You just click on, actually we should rename this housekeeping here. So there we go. So if you grab this shelf, G to grab, you're moving it, both of them. So, and if you change the add material with it, you add it to both of them. So that is a quick but okay looking wall shelf for our isometric room. If you like what you're watching, give it a like. Think of subscribing, it really helps my channel, and we'll see you in the next video.